Now on WRDE Coast TV.
It's a clear and mild start to our Wednesday with another hot July day on the way. We also have some thunderstorms in the forecast later in the week. I'll track the heat and storms coming up.
A slow start to the summer season in Rehoboth Beach. Why some business owners are worried it's making a dent in their sales.
Stalled gas power ban, the restrictive proposal on lawn equipment in Rehoboth Beach fails to gain traction.
A battle over property value, the effort in West Rehoboth Beach to keep homes affordable as value increases.
Restaurant relief, the assistance to eateries dealing with financial struggles from a statewide organization in Delaware.
From the beaches to the bay, coverage you can count on. WRDE Coast TV News Today. Your morning news starts right now.
Welcome to our 6 o'clock hour. Good morning. It is Wednesday, July 12th, 2023. I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning. I'm Paige Marley.
And Paige, it's been a while.
Okay.
Do you know what day it is?
I know what day it is. Do you?
I do, but
Do you? Bob knows what day it is. It's Hump Day.
Hump Day.
Yeah.
Hump Day.
One of our favorite days.
I
Right,
just
Bob?
like saying it.
Yeah, well, thanks for reminding me because I said Tuesday previously. I'm trying to slow down the work week, which is not a good thing. Let's speed it up, right? Good morning, everybody. We're looking at temperatures in the 60s and 70s this morning. Selbyville, 69, 72 in Millsboro, Georgetown, 73, Redden waking up to 67 degrees. We've got light winds. It's a pleasant morning out there as the sun is coming up. Mostly sunny skies, or at least mostly clear across Delmarva. High pressure to the west will ensure that we have another nice day. We could see some clouds floating through. By 9, we're already warming into the 80s, and then we're into the 90s. By noon, inland around 94, Millsboro at 2:30, with 80s along the beaches. Maybe a few clouds, maybe a spot shower, but all in all, we keep it dry. And you want to eat that ice cream pretty quick today because it will be sunny and hot. 93. Your cone will be a puddle in seconds.
Oh, man. All right. Thanks, Bob. Well, colder weather, not this week, but in general, and some lingering smoke. That's all led to a slow start to the season in many coastal communities across the state.
Yeah, business owners in Rehoboth Beach say it's taken a hit in sales compared to last year. Coast TV News reporter Heidi Kirk is in the newsroom. And Heidi, most business owners rely on their summertime sales to survive.
Good morning, Matt and Paige and Bob. At Ghoulies Grill, the owner, George Stakia, says he makes most of his sales between June and August. But this year, that simply isn't the case. He's been flipping pancakes and grilling bacon at his location on the corner of Wilmington and First Street in downtown Rehoboth Beach for 10 years now. And before that, he had a business in Ocean City. He knows the traffic and parking trends just about better than anyone. And 4th of July didn't bring that normal surge that he expects. Stakia says that this year he noticed business is down about 20% from last year. And people like him rely on the summertime sales to carry him through the rest of the year. But this year he's starting to worry. Yesterday I sat down with Stakia at his location in Rehoboth Beach. He served me up a pancake and told me about some of these trends and why exactly he's worried. And I'll have more on that for you later on. Back to you.
All right, Heidi, thank you so much. Well, you also spoke with the Chamber of Commerce, and its data is also reflecting this theory.
Absolutely. I have right here in front of me that data that you mentioned. And what this shows is that short-term rentals and hotel bookings are down. And it's not just Rehoboth Beach. Coastal communities across the country are experiencing these things. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Heidi. Moving on, 5 people were arrested in Ocean City, 3 of them under the age of 18. All are facing gun-related charges. Now, according to Ocean City Police, this was around 11:09 p.m. on Monday night. Officers tried to stop a car driving without headlights near 17th Street and Baltimore Avenue. A high-speed chase began, and despite a tire being deflated from stop sticks, police say that vehicle got away. One of the passengers threw a bag over the Route 90 bridge, which was later found, and inside that bag was a handgun. And then later that night, officers were able to locate the vehicle outside a gas station in Berlin, where they arrested the driver, 19-year-old Ibrahim Canoe of Woodbridge, Virginia. He's also dealing with over 35 traffic citations related to the chase, in addition to the gun charges.
The Worcester Board of Education voted yesterday to enroll 9 schools in the county in the Community Eligibility Provision Program. That program provides free meals to all students who attend. So here's a list of schools that will be impacted. Pocomoke Elementary, Middle, and High Schools, Snow Hill Elementary, Middle, and High Schools, Cedar Chapel Special School, Buckingham Elementary School, and Berlin Intermediate School. The goal of the programs is to make sure all kids in low-income areas have access to nutritious meals, all while removing any perceived stigma that might go along with any sort of application process. The vote to enroll these 9 schools was unanimous by the board. Support for the restaurant workforce. The Delaware Restaurant Foundation has put together some financial assistance for those in need. The money would help people hit by unexpected injury, illness, or those impacted by natural disaster. The Delaware Restaurant Foundation initially created a fund and doled out grant money to workers during the pandemic. The new Industry Relief Fund builds on that. The DRF has raised $300,000 and has already helped hundreds of industry workers.
Well, in an area where property values continue to rise, there is the effort to help those with low-income homes. The West Rehoboth Community Land Trust is seeking $5,000 from Sussex County Council for the home's upkeep. West Rehoboth Beach is historically an African-American community. Neighbors said the property values are getting too expensive and people are being forced out of a neighborhood they've lived in for years. The Land Trust says this money will help maintain windows and sewer lines, and affordable housing options are needed now more than ever.
People call up and say, hey, I'm looking for housing, or I'm looking, somewhere I need to get out of the elements, and sometimes we'll pay for a motel room for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So it's a tough situation.
And the Land Trust did say they are hoping to open another house there sometime in the future.
The proposal of banning gas-powered tools in Rehoboth Beach is staying just that, for now, a proposal. City commissioners could not agree on how to handle the ban. It will not be moving forward for right now. Tools like gas-powered lawnmowers, weed whackers, and leaf blowers would have been banned in a phased approach due to environmental concerns and a couple noise complaints. The proposal is expected to be discussed by the Environmental Committee next Thursday.
I certainly would have liked to see further discussion so we could receive more input from our constituents, but I understand where some of the commissioners are coming from.
And other coastal towns like Lewis have also explored a gas-powered tool ban. Their ban goes into effect in December of 2025. The Justice Department's asking the Federal Appeals Court to block an upcoming deposition of former President Donald Trump. That's according to a new court filing Tuesday. The deposition on the 2019 lawsuit brought on by former FBI agent Peter Strzok. It alleges Trump's political vendetta against him made the FBI fire him unjustly. The DOJ says Trump under oath testimony isn't needed because FBI Director Chris Wray, as well as others, have testified about the decision to fire Strzok, and the unusual move is an attempt by the federal agency to correct what is believed was a mistake by a lower court judge. The judge ruled Trump could be deposed by the legal teams.
Pathway to NATO membership is on the agenda when President Biden meets with Ukrainian President Zelensky today.
It's the first meeting since NATO announced it will extend an invitation to NATO once they meet certain requirements. NBC's Alice Barr shows us what could come next.
Day 2 of the NATO summit in Lithuania, setting up a critical meeting between President Biden and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky as the war-torn country's leader presses for a clear timeline for joining the powerful security alliance.
We'll speak today and fight for its security guarantees for Ukraine on the way to NATO.
President Biden has repeatedly resisted Ukraine joining while the war is ongoing to avoid pitching all of NATO into armed conflict with Russia. The NATO Secretary General offering this guidance.
We will issue an invitation for Ukraine to join NATO when allies agree and conditions are met.
Not concrete enough for President Zelensky, who criticized the alliance on Twitter, writing, quote, "Uncertainty is weakness." Analysts point to the central dilemma.
If you say you join after the war, you're giving Russia an excuse to continue the war for as long as it possibly can.
There is division over a controversial U.S. decision to provide Ukraine with cluster bombs, banned in more than 2/3 of NATO countries because of a history of increased civilian casualties. The U.S. calling it a temporary stopgap while allies restock other rapidly depleting munitions.
If we didn't do it, we don't do it, then they will run out of ammunition. If they run out of ammunition, they will be defenseless.
A delicate balance to defend Ukraine without yet offering the full protection and pitfalls of NATO membership. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Allies at the summit are promising to step up support for Ukraine in its fight, and President Biden will deliver a speech later today focused on that commitment.
We still have a lot more news to get to this morning on Coast TV News Today.
Yeah, coming up, fire rips through a Virginia Beach oceanfront. The large effort it took to get that fire under control.
Also, over 30 cats were rescued in Millsboro earlier this week. The cat sanctuary now seeking help from the public.
And a judge making a ruling in the Microsoft-Activision merger, what the gaming industry should expect now. That and more to come when Coast TV News Today continues.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, join Preston's annual car show, featuring loads of family fun and discover unique finds at the 48th annual Lewis Craft Show. Plus, the inspiring story of community support. Coast Life today at 4 on Coast TV.
The latest and most up-to-date stories for your coastal community. Download the WRDE News app on your Apple or Android devices. Just search WRDE Coast TV. The WRDE Coast TV News app. Coverage you can count on.
We never know what we're stepping into.
We have multiple victims.
He's not breathing.
Ready for water.
We have minutes to save his life.
Because of my cerebral palsy, I had to wear braces on my legs until I was 6 years old. Everybody has obstacles.
This is what it looks like to never give up.
I want to show that you can do anything you put your mind to.
Oh my gosh! American Ninja Warrior, Monday on NBC.
It is a beautiful start to our Wednesday morning. Here's our Tidal Health Cam from Seaford. 67 for you. Skies don't look blue, but they will be once the sun comes up. And we're looking at temperatures in the 60s and 70s. So a nice mild start to the day. The winds are light, and we've got mostly clear skies, and we've got high pressure just back to our west, so that will provide a sunny but hot day, but the humidity will be tolerable. Off to work, the green light, mostly clear and mild. Heading home, it's going to be hot, mostly sunny, green light, but make sure that AC is working full blast in your car.
To Georgetown, intersections will be stopping traffic in all directions soon. DelDOT says work's underway yesterday to convert Peppers Corner Road, Powell Farm Road, and Roxana Road to an all-way stop. Now we're going to show you a map. You can see this on your screen, the intersection that's being changed that we're talking about. This will be an all-way stop later today. And DelDOT says construction will get underway around 9 a.m. at Gum Road and Roxana Road. Work is expected to wrap up by 3 p.m. Delaware State Police say drivers can help prevent a crime trend this summer. Troopers say lock your car doors no matter where it's parked, and lock the glove box too. Close your car windows. Don't leave valuable electronics, tools, or even clutter in the car for others to see. And don't store spare keys or house keys. Also park in a well-lit area.
Microsoft could finalize a deal with video game giant Activision Blizzard in the next few days. A federal judge's ruling paves the way for the $69 billion deal. This comes just ahead of the July 18th contractual deadline. The Federal Trade Commission is challenging the deal and had requested an injunction. It argues Microsoft could withhold popular titles like Call of Duty from rival platforms like Sony PlayStation. A district court judge in Northern California says the government has not shown that outcome is likely. It's unclear if the FTC will continue its in-house challenge given the ruling. Google faces a potential class action lawsuit for allegedly scraping personal data from millions of users without their permission. This is from the Clarkson law firm, which filed a similar suit against ChatGPT maker OpenAI last month. Court documents filed in California named Google, its parent company Alphabet, and its AI subsidiary DeepMind. The lawsuit points to the tech giant's privacy policy that says it can use publicly accessible information to train its AI models. The legal action comes as a new crop of such tools like Google's Bard are gaining more and more attention in the U.S.
Well, still ahead, deforestation resulted in over 30 cats rescued. How a cat sanctuary says these felines are still in need.
And a beautiful look at our Tyndall's Casual Furniture Cam. Sun's on the rise. It's going to be a hot July day, and the July heat is locked in across Delmarva. We have some rain chances and storm chances for the end of the week into the weekend. I'll track the heat and storms coming up.
Draper Media is currently seeking an experienced editor and studio assistant for our daily entertainment show. Gather video footage, oversee studio equipment, and compile video into a captivating sequence that resonates with our viewing audience. Candidates must be hardworking, creative, and self-motivated, with a positive attitude and adequate knowledge of social media. Apply now at drapermediajobs.com and join our team. Draper Media is an equal opportunity employer.
At Accurate Termite and Pest Control, our goal is to stop pests before they enter your home. With almost 3 decades of service on the shore, we can treat any pest problem quickly with successful results. Our professional pest management program includes year-round treatments and an annual termite inspection, so you can be confident that Accurate has your home covered. Your pests are our priority, so if they return between treatments, so do we, for free. Give us a call today to prevent or treat all of your pest problems. Accurate Termite and Pest Control, on target since 1995.
What I like about working at Avery Hall is helping our clients, not just with their insurance needs, but also being a resource to them, tailor their insurance needs to protect their business, help them grow. The greatest feedback I've gotten from my clients is transparency and integrity. To work for a company so involved in the community obviously means a lot. We've been around for 95 years, and the original Avery Hall wanted us very involved, and that's a culture we just stick to. I'm Shane Ray. I'm an account executive here at Avery Hall Insurance.
Everyone deserves to be remembered with dignity and respect. The Eastern Shore's most trusted experts in funeral services offer another option for those seeking a simplified alternative. Eastern Shore Cremation and Funeral Services is simple and affordable, serving Delaware, Maryland, and Virginia with convenient phone or virtual consultations. And e-signing makes our streamlined documentation quick and easy. Learn more at easternshorecremation.com. Eastern Shore Cremation and Funeral Services in Berlin. Simply respectful.
Download the DSN app today. Driven by Preston Automotive Group.
It is 6:18 this morning. It's a live look there, our Gateway Subaru camera. You're looking at Ocean City, where, man, you just want to go dip your toes in the ocean, don't you? Take a cup of coffee, sit on the beach a little bit.
I like the cup of coffee sitting on the beach in the early morning, if I'm awake.
Fair.
If I'm sleeping, no.
No?
But yeah, we're expecting another hot one today, Bob. You know, one thing I noticed when I've been on the beach of late, boy, the sand gets hot pretty quick. So yeah, take care of your feet as well.
Take care of your feet. And are dogs allowed on the beach? I don't think so. There's some beaches that allow. Make sure they have those little booties too, because their paws get awfully hot too in that sand and can burn as well. Speaking of burning, here's the sun, and we've got 90-degree days that are starting to add up. 13 now for the month and for the season, and on average we have 11 90-degree days. So we've already surpassed that, and we've got a lot more to come. Make sure you scan the QR code right down here for the WRDE weather app. Lots of great weather information there. 70 in Milton and Lewis right now. Millsboro at 72. Selbyville 69, Delmar 66, Ocean Pines, you're at 70, Salisbury at 70, Rehoboth at 73. Just a light westerly wind, and those winds eventually turn to the south and will start to increase humidity with time. But not today. I think that humidity still stays in the comfortable range as we're looking at clear skies up and down the East Coast with high pressure just back to our west, and that extends into the Tennessee Valley. There is a front across the upper Midwest, and I think that could bring some storms in here by Friday morning, but not today. We're looking at mostly sunny skies, upper 80s, lower 90s late morning, and then we're into the low to mid 90s by the afternoon. Even 92 in Long Neck, 92 in Lewis, but 80s from Dewey Beach to Fenwick Island. And then as we go through the overnight hours, we're looking at mainly clear skies for your Thursday, much like today. Maybe a few more clouds and just a tad warmer. I don't know, 96, 97 might be a little hot, but we're looking at mid-90s for sure as we go into tomorrow afternoon. Cooler along the beaches. Winds pick up out of the south. We increase the moisture, and we start to track the possibility of showers and storms as we go into Friday morning. Maybe packing a bit of a punch with vivid lightning and also heavy rain. We'll be watching that. Don't have a first alert day yet for that, but we'll watch it. We got a little break mid-morning into the afternoon, maybe a few more into the afternoon hours. Now, the winds are out of the west now, but they will pick up out of the south, and they'll continue, and they'll get stronger too as we go through the end of the week, increasing that humidity. So it's comfortable now today, but it starts getting muggy on Thursday, and then we're into the very humid to miserable range by the end of the week. Feels like temperature low 90s today, mid 90s tomorrow, and then on Friday, yeah, still feeling like mid 90s. We're stuck in we're getting into the dog days of summer. Here's your Paul Davis 7-day forecast. 90s for the next 7 days, and we're looking at more clouds on Thursday, 94, 90 Friday and Saturday. Heavy rain with storms Friday, just more isolated storms Saturday, more scattered Sunday. We get a break Monday, but more storms and hot into Tuesday.
And a reminder, you can hear Coast TV news and weather updates throughout the day on our family of radio stations. Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3 on 93.5 The Beach and on Big 107.7.
This property next to the BJ's in Millsboro, it's undergoing deforesting to make way for development. However, it is in these woods where a colony of over 30 cats have been cared for by community members for the last 4 years. The sanctuary, Town Cats Inc., is working to get the felines trapped into new homes before construction scares them away or kills them. But the organization says they simply need more time to do this.
The bulldozing is it's not the greatest condition. We don't want to work under pressure. So if we can get a little bit of cooperation and communication between the rescues and the property development, it would be wonderful.
And we did reach out to the property owner for comment, but have not heard back. Town Cats do not have enough room at their sanctuary for the cats on site, and they ask if anyone is able to help home these cats until a permanent one is found to reach out to them.
For the first time in 70 years, the CDC is proposing new restrictions on how dogs are imported into the U.S. This proposal comes after a surge of rabies cases overseas. Dogs from low-risk or rabies-free countries would be allowed to enter if the owners have documents that the animals have been there the past 6 months. But canines coming from high-risk countries would be required to have a completed rabies vaccination and possibly be placed in quarantine. Some animal rights advocates criticize this proposal, saying it would complicate their work with dog rescue groups outside the U.S., but the CDC says the proposed regulations are critical to avoid a reemergence of rabies here in the U.S.
Well, after the break, fire ripping through an ocean front, the damage done by a Tuesday night fire in Virginia Beach. Stay tuned on Coast TV News today.
Window World, the #1 replacement window company, specializes in roofing too. Save $500 off a new CertainTeed roofing system, which offers heavier shingles for better protection and durability. Many colors to choose from. 0% financing available for 18 months. Superior products, professionally installed at a guaranteed low price.
No matter the size of the project, you can trust Window World of Delmarva to get it done right.
Call now for a free estimate today.
WRDE weather brought to you by Window World of Delmarva. Simply the best for less.
Delmarva's Classic Rock, Big 107.7.
Coast Country Cares and Spicer Brothers are proud to partner with the Benedictine School for the Chrome City fundraiser to benefit individuals with disabilities. Fire up your street rod, custom car, or motorcycle and take a ride to Benedictine's campus in Ridgely on Sunday, July 30th. Tickets are just $35 and include lunch and an official ride shirt. Entertainment provided and trophies awarded. For registration and rally locations, go to benschool.org. Coast Country Cares, brought to you by Spicer Brothers.
First Alert Weather is our promise to be the first to tell you when big changes are coming in your weather forecast.
Whether it's day-to-day weather that changes your plans,
or severe weather that could change your life,
the First Alert Weather team will call for First Alert Weather Days.
Here on TV and all of your devices.
It's our commitment to give you the most accurate forecast.
The WRDE First Alert Weather team. That's our promise
to you.
The men and women working hard to make sure the games are fair. The unsung heroes of all sports. Thank you to all of the officials on Delmarva. Thank you for your positive impact on young athletes. Your service does not go unnoticed. If you're interested in becoming a sports official on Delmarva, go to delmarvasportsnetwork.com/officials for more information.
It's baseball season, and the Delmarva Shorebirds is your home for fun. Join 93.5 The Beach for Thirsty Thursdays every week. Plus, don't miss special 102.5 WBOC Maryland Pride Thursdays presented by Spicer Brothers. And don't miss Big Beer Fridays with Big Classic Rock 107.7. It's a summer of fun. Let's play ball.
3 businesses are at a complete loss following a 3-alarm fire at Virginia Beach's oceanfront on Tuesday. The fire injured a firefighter, damaged nearly half a city block, and it sent smoke billowing through a large part of the resort area. More than 75 Virginia Beach firefighters responded to the scene. 2 ladder trucks drenched a 1-story building where a T-shirt factory and 2 other businesses were located. Several roads were blocked off as crews responded to the fire. Crews were able to put the fire out shortly before 11 p.m. So we've been talking about the heat in our area, but Paige and Bob, we also need to pay attention to the sun.
That's right. Are you becoming a sunscreen fan?
It's depending on what your definition of the word fan is.
SPF above 15.
I'm a 15er.
All right, I'm a 50er. Bob, I know you're with me.
I think Matt's coming from the dark side. He's moving into the light. I think he's starting to like the UV index, and why not? You want to be safe in the sun for sure. Face of Grace is bringing us our UV index, practice in sun safety, and you definitely want to the next few days as we're at a 10. Very high UV index today and tomorrow. A little lower on Friday because we'll have some clouds and some showers, but then we're back into the very high range Saturday and Sunday. You want the SPF of at least 30. You want to find some midday shade, limit your time outdoors, and then avoid the sun from about 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. We've got more heat, more sun, and storms. I'll have more on that coming up in a couple minutes.
I'll consider a higher SPF. More to come this morning. Support on the way for the restaurant workforce. New grants rolled out by the Delaware Restaurant Foundation.
And also ahead this morning, the nation's summer capital. It's reporting businesses down compared to last year. Why owners in the city are anxious for what the rest of the summer has to bring. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on Coast TV News Today.
Dominating the rugged terrain with unstoppable power and agility, the Toyota Tacoma is ready to take on anything. Outfitted with the latest technology and the reliability only Toyota is known for. Now get 3.99% APR on a Tacoma. Unmatched. Unstoppable. Toyota. Let's go places.
Draper Media is searching for a traffic coordinator for our TV and radio properties, including WBOC and WRDE. Work closely with our sales team by managing commercial inventory and organizing the programming log. Candidates should have excellent data communication skills and be capable of performing under fluctuating workloads and deadlines. It's an extremely detailed-oriented job with full benefits, including 401k. Join the Draper Media team today as our next traffic coordinator. Go to drapermediajobs.com to learn more and apply. Draper Media is an equal opportunity employer.
Middays with me, April Brilliant. It's a feel-good show on your radio.
April is the easiest way to get through your workday.
She can play your favorite song.
She can help you find your furry friend.
The easiest way to get through your workday is with April.
She really makes you feel special.
Hey friends, hang out with me weekdays here on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3 each day from 10 to 3.
Never miss a game for your favorite local team. Take the DSN app with you wherever you go. Whether you're out to eat, camping with friends, or at home relaxing with your family, the DSN app notifies you when your team is on live so you can watch the game as it happens or watch videos on demand. Keep up with local sports all from one app. From your mobile device to Fire Stick, Roku, and Apple TV. Download the DSN app today. Driven by Preston Automotive Group. From the beaches to the bay, coverage you can count on. WRDE Coast TV News Today. Your morning news starts right now.
July 12th, 2023. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Paige.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Paige Marley.
Approaching 6:31 on this Wednesday morning, middle part of the week in the middle part of the month of July. Where is it going? Where is it flying?
I don't know, but it's moving fast. Is it too early, though, to say I'm excited for Christmas?
No.
You knew what I was going to say. You know me too well.
You should not say that. Do not wish your summer away.
Okay, that's fine. They're in my ear, too. Yes, it's too early. Okay. I would get it. I don't have the popular opinion here, but I do know Bob likes to listen to Christmas music.
And the days are getting shorter.
Right.
You know what that means? We're going to be breaking out the winter clothes before you know it. We got a little ways to go before that. Anyway, we're getting into the dog days of summer, so we got a lot of heat to go before the cool weather. Looking at temperatures in the 60s and 70s this morning, we've got light winds out of the west and mostly clear skies. It's going to be a mostly sunny and hot day. If you're traveling up to New York, nice and clear there, down into the Carolinas and farther to the west into the Ohio Valley. Here's Futurecast this morning. We're mostly sunny and it gets hot by noon or thereabouts. Low 90s inland, 70s and 80s. Along the beaches, we're topping out in the low to mid 90s inland. Beautiful along the beaches as you'll have a sea breeze and a beautiful evening for your activities, whatever you're doing. Mostly sunny to partly sunny skies today. We continue the 90s the next several days and increase the rain chances. I'll talk about that coming up.
All right, Bob, thank you. Well, it's been a slower than normal start to the season in Rehoboth Beach this year for many local business owners.
Yeah, colder weather earlier in the summer season played a role. Lingering smoke. Many are worrying the trends are not improving.
That's right. Coast TV news reporter Heidi Kirk is in our newsroom. Heidi, many business owners rely on sales June through August to get them through the rest of the year.
Good morning, Matt and Paige. At Ghoulies Grill, their best months are normally June through August, but this year owner George Stakius says that's simply not the case. He's been flipping pancakes and grilling bacon behind the counter at his store on the corner of Wilmington and First Street for 10 years now. He knows the traffic and parking trends just about better than anyone, and 4th of July didn't bring the normal surge that he expects. Stakius says this year he noticed business is about 20% down from last year. People like him rely on the summertime sales to carry him through the rest of the year, but this year he's starting to worry.
You only have a set window to get what you need done, and then you coast in the off season. And already it's July 10th. We're in the second week of July. Boom, in a month, school's open, and the season's kind of technically over once schools start opening.
And Stakius isn't the only one who's noticed this. I've got with me here some data from the Chamber of Commerce that shows that short-term rentals and hotel bookings are down this year, and that's across many coastal communities. Back to you.
All right, Heidi, we touched on a few reasons for why this is happening. The Chamber, they have their own theory.
Absolutely. Well, the reasons that we touched on is primarily the weather. Of course, we all know I've been out there covering the smoke and the rain that's been happening over the last month. Not great weather for June. Normally what we expect is hot and sunny, but it has not been that. Now, what the Chamber has to say is that this is representative of the economy, and many areas across the United States are dealing with this, especially tourist towns. Back to you.
Heidi, thank you so much. Well, 1 year ago, 14-year-old Gavin Knupp was killed in a hit-and-run accident in Ocean City. The community gathered to honor him yesterday by paddling out into the ocean together.
Yeah, Coast TV's Britt Leone takes us to Ocean City to hear from those who knew and loved him most.
The crash of a wave. It was a sound familiar to 14-year-old Gavin Knupp. Gavin was killed in a tragic hit-and-run accident 1 year ago today. His mom, Tiffany, remembers all the things that mattered most to her son.
Pretty much his day consisted of surfing and skating and fishing. So he lived on the beach, and this was, his life. This is his friends. This is what they did all the time.
On Tuesday, the anniversary of Gavin's death, family and friends celebrated his life with a paddle out into the ocean in Ocean City.
I want to learn how to surf just like him.
A year after Gavin was taken, his memory still inspires, and that support for the Knupp family is still strong.
And it's just an amazing feeling to see all these younger kids, older folks coming together for a great reason. Gavin and loving Gavin and knowing that he's up there and in the water with us every day.
Everyone loves and misses him more than you could begin to imagine.
While it was a difficult day for those who knew and loved Gavin, Tiffany feels in her heart that Gavin is with them.
I know he's looking down on us today and super proud of it, and it felt good to get everybody together.
Gavin's grandmother didn't want to get on camera today to comment, but she was kind enough to give me this Do It For Gavin cup and bracelet. It's little things like these that help keep Gavin's memory alive. I'm Britt Leone in Ocean City, Coast TV News.
Tyler Malloy, the driver charged in the hit and run that killed Canup, was due in court May 31st, but that got postponed. A hearing is now scheduled in August, and a jury trial is scheduled for September 11th.
5 people were arrested in Ocean City, 3 of them under the age of 18. All are facing gun-related charges. According to Ocean City Police, this was around 11:09 p.m. Monday night. That's when officers tried to stop a car driving without headlights on near 17th Street and Baltimore Avenue. A high-speed chase began, and despite a tire being deflated from stop sticks, police say the vehicle got away. One of the passengers threw a bag over the Route 90 bridge, which was later retrieved by police, and inside they found a handgun. And then later that night, officers were able to find the car outside a gas station in Berlin, where they arrested the driver, 19-year-old Ibrahim Canoe of Woodbridge, Virginia. He's also dealing with over 35 traffic citations related to that chase, in addition to the gun charges.
The Worcester Board of Education voted yesterday to enroll 9 schools in the county into the Community Eligibility Provision Program. That program provides free meals to all students who attend. So here's the list of schools that will be impacted: Pocomoke Elementary, Middle, and High Schools, Snow Hill Elementary, Middle, and High Schools, Cedar Chapel Special School, Buckingham Elementary School, and Berlin Intermediate School. The goal of this program is to make sure all kids in low-income areas have access to nutritious meals, all while removing any perceived stigma that might go along with any sort of application process. The vote to enroll these 9 schools was unanimous by the board.
Support for the restaurant workforce. The Delaware Restaurant Foundation has put together financial assistance for those in need. Money would help people hit by unexpected injuries, illnesses, or those impacted by natural disasters. The Delaware Restaurant Foundation first created a fund and doled out grant money to workers during the pandemic. This new industry relief fund builds on that. The DRF has raised $300,000 and already helped hundreds of industry workers.
I'm Madeline Overturf. Here's a look at just some of the things happening across Delmarva. An exciting graduation for the Food Bank of Delaware. The inaugural graduation of the Kitchen School at the Milford branch is happening Thursday. The Kitchen School program offers specialized training for employment opportunities in food and hospitality for adults with disabilities. The Maryland Department of Agriculture is encouraging farmers looking for markets for their hay and straw to provide their contact information for a new state hay and straw directory. The Secretary of Agriculture says it will be a valuable tool for farmers, and a current directory list is already available online. And in Chincoteague, the Pony Shuttle Service is looking for volunteers for the Pony Swim. Volunteers give out important information about the annual event and offer rides and history to the swim site, making the trip fun and informative. That's a look at just some of the things happening across Delmarva. I'm Madeline Overturf.
Got a lot more to get to in this final half hour. Don't go anywhere.
Still ahead, parts of the East Coast still being hit with dangerous weather. How many homes and businesses have been destroyed so far? Also, some Diaz delight. At last night's All-Star game, it was a good night if your last name happened to be Diaz.
And certain Dodge Ram trucks been recalled due to a death. Find out if your vehicle could be affected. That's up next. Stay with us on Coast TV News Today.
Spicer Brothers and Coast TV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva.
We salute Cameron Morris. Cameron is a hard-working, polite, and positive young man. He attends Sussex Tech High School and is studying HVAC. At the age of 16, he has developed a passion for the fire company and enjoys riding along with Blade's local police department.
If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a Coast TV Salute, go to coasttvsalutes.com.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, join Preston's annual car show, featuring loads of family fun, and discover unique finds at the 48th annual Lewis Craft Show. Plus, the inspiring story of community support. Coast Life Today at 4 on Coast TV.
I'm an actor in an ad that was given 12 seconds to remind you that if you're high, just don't drive. Because if you feel different, you drive different. It's illegal to drive high everywhere anyway.
Elevate your business and engage more customers with Draper Media. Our diverse network of media properties such as WBOC, WRDE, 93.5 The Beach, and 102.5 WBOC reaches over 500,000 Delmarva residents across various channels like television, radio, social media, and digital platforms. Enhance your brand's visibility across the Delmarva region with Draper Media. Our passionate team of media specialists and content creators are dedicated to showcasing your brand through engaging commercials, dynamic drone footage, eye-catching graphic and web design, and social media branding. Share your brand story on our popular programs, capturing the attention of your target audience. Trust your brand with Draper Media, a family-oriented company serving the Delmarva community. Contact Frank Hamilton today at fhamilton@wboc.com to get started.
Performing out of space?
Yes, next July.
Wow, that's amazing. Oh, I can't change these plans.
We're stealing the sun next summer. Heist of a lifetime.
The Olympics.
Come on, you in?
Roman Reigns will defend his title against anyone, anytime.
Except next July.
6:42 on this gorgeous Wednesday morning. Here's our Dry Tech cam. We're looking at the hazy sunshine in Ocean City and lots of sunshine splashing down. That'll be the case today. Waking up to temperatures in the 60s and 70s. Light winds, they'll start to pick up from the south as we go through time. And we're looking at mostly clear skies. That means a lot of sun. Here's your UV index brought to us by Face of Grace Practice and Sun Safety. We've got 10s today and tomorrow. Lower UV on Friday with showers and storms, but then it's high Saturday and Sunday. So high SPF, find the shade, limit time outdoors, and avoid the sun late morning into the afternoon. More on your forecast coming up in a few minutes.
All right, Bob, thank you so much. We have a heads up for some drivers. If you own a 2003 Dodge Ram 1500, you're being advised, do not drive it. Don't drive it anymore. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, a passenger in May died after an airbag inflator exploded. Neither group confirmed where the crash happened or identified the victim. That death brings the total number of confirmed fatalities caused by that airbag explosion in the U.S. to 26. You're being warned, stop driving those trucks immediately until faulty inflators are replaced.
Baseball's All-Star Game has been one of trends over the past few decades. Entering Tuesday night, the American League had won 9 straight. Go back a couple decades before that, the National League had an 11-game winning streak in a stretch in the 1970s and 80s. So the All-Star festivities this year, taking place in Seattle. The Mariners, the host club. Second inning, Yandy Diaz. There's a TV conversation going on during this time. Diaz goes high, deep, and gone. It's 1-0 American League AL with a 1-run lead in the 8th, and that is until Elias Diaz, with Nick Castellanos on base, does something about that. It's a 2-run jack. It was a good night if your last name was Diaz. Also a good night for the National League as they get the come-from-behind win, their first since 2012.
Still to come this morning, parts of the East Coast still battling severe weather. We take a look at the damage done so far.
Certainly a sad situation for them in New England. Not so much for us. A beautiful day for boating. Here's our Hershey Exteriors cam, and we're looking at another hot day for Delmarva. The 90s continue, and we increase rain chances in the days ahead. I'll have an update after the break.
The world is full of perspectives, and every business needs a person with a strong creative perspective to help their brand. This could be you as a promotions producer for Draper Media, parent company for WBOC and WRDE, plus many local radio stations. Be paid for your creative ideas as you shoot and edit promotional announcements. For more information and to apply, go to drapermediajobs.com. Draper Media is an equal opportunity employer. Experience the thrill of the race with Post Time with Heather Vitale, only on the Delmarva Sports Network. From the energetic sprints at Ocean Downs to the heart-racing action at Ballysdover, all the way to the vibrant atmosphere of Harrington Raceway, we bring you the true pulse of harness racing. Sunday mornings at 8 and 11:30 on DSN, DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com, or on the DSN app. Post time on Delmarva Sports Network.
Can we skip to the good part?
And I know when that hotline bling.
Got my mind on your body and your body on my mind.
Can't touch this.
Sunkissed Summer Mixtape on 102.5 WBOC.
Brought to you by Baths by Spicer Brothers.
Welcome to the ride home on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. First rule of the ride home, we definitely talk about the ride home. In fact, tell all your friends. Second rule of the ride home, we have fun. Top 10 Tuesday, Would You Rather Wednesday, and every day you pick the songs on the high five. And the third rule of the ride home, we don't take ourselves too seriously. You've got enough to stress about, so let me handle the ride home. Weekdays from 3 to 7 on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3.
It is 6:46 this beautiful Wednesday morning. A live look there on our Dry Tech camera. Yep, just make sure when I grab a boat, wish you lived on the water like a couple of those people, huh?
Yeah, good location there. Good day for a boat. Another day, Bob, dealing with 90-degree temperatures.
I tell you what, you want to be near a body of water and ingesting water as well. Stay hydrated with water because it will be a hot day as we continue to warm things up. Make sure you scan the QR code on your screen to get you to our weather app. And number of 90-degree days so far, 13. The average for the season at Georgetown is 11, so we've already eclipsed that. We've got a lot more 90-degree days to come. We're beginning in the 60s and 70s right now. 74 Rehoboth, 67 in Delmar. Red, and you're waking up to 67 degrees as the winds are calm or coming out of the west. Eventually it turns to the south and gets stronger and start to increase the humidity and the heat. We're looking at mainly clear skies now. That's also the case into the northeast, and thank goodness for them after the flooding emergency they had across New England. It's good to see that they're getting some relief. For us, we've got high pressure to the west. That will keep us nice for at least another day. There is a cold front across the Midwest and some energy there. That brings storms in, I think, as we go into Friday morning. But in the meantime, we're warming to the low 90s already by noon. 80s along the beaches. It's going to be a nice day along the beach with the sea breeze. But inland, no such luck. We're looking at low to mid 90s inland. A beautiful evening if you're out and about. And then going into your Thursday, much like today, another hot day. We crank up the humidity a little bit with 90s inland, 80s along the beaches. Then as we go into Thursday night, Friday morning, we increase the winds, the clouds, and also that chance for showers and storms as we go into the morning hours. Maybe some heavy rain, vivid lightning. We'll watch for that. Otherwise, we do clear it out for a time on Friday, maybe a spot shower or storm in the afternoon, and then the evening is looking pretty good. We've got winds out of the west now, but they eventually turn to the south as we go into Thursday, and they start getting stronger too, so that's going to bring in more humidity and more warmth as well. And we're looking at the muggy meter. We've got one last comfortable day, and then we get into the muggies as we go into Thursday, and then we jump right into the very humid to almost miserable conditions Friday into the weekend. That's where it gets a little dangerous with the humidity and heat combined. Future feels like temperatures lower 90s inland, a little cooler along the beaches, and then Thursday feeling like middle 90s, maybe upper 90s in some places, and then feeling like middle 90s again on Friday. So you want to take it slow in the heat. Your Paul Davis 7-day forecast, 93 today, a few more clouds Thursday, 94, and then the rain, perhaps heavy with storms on Friday, 90 there. 90 Saturday, a lower chance of storms, isolated to scattered into Sunday, the storms, 91 there. We continue the 90s into early next week and a few more storms.
All right, thanks, Bob.
Well, let's go on to Coastal Pet.
Yeah, I'm going to the Coastal Pet right now.
Let's do it. So it's 6:49. We're going to take a look at our Coastal Pet of the week now.
Yeah, let's take a look at that one as we move along.
You know, I think we're having some technical difficulties, but there we go. There's Coco.
I knew Coco would
Made
pop
it
up
all
at
worth
some
it.
point. Coco is a wonderful little dog. Spends lots of time traveling, enjoying the beach. And Coco also loves relaxing after a morning walk. Her mom says she's very photogenic. We can agree on that one.
Oh, I love, look at that, the little tongue poking out.
I know.
That is such a cute, we said this in the last hour, I'm going to say it again. If there's any dog that looks like a Coco, it's that one.
All right, so if we want to send, if we want pictures like Coco, other pets, you can email us at content@WRDE.com. Then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all of the pets we feature. And don't forget to check out our Facebook page every Sunday to see all the pets for the upcoming week.
And it's a gorgeous start to our Wednesday. Here's our tunnel and razor cam. Great day for boating. Be near the water. It's going to be a hot one. We've got showers and storms in the forecast, and some of those could linger into the weekend. I'll have your 10-day forecast coming up after the break.
Turn your home into a masterpiece with Artwork Painting. Local professional painters at an affordable price.
Artwork Painting did an excellent job with our house. We were really happy with all of the pieces of work they did, the drywall work, the walls, the trim. I would definitely recommend Artwork Painting for your house.
Artwork Painting treats our customers and their homes with care, delivering quality work. Experiences. Call Artwork Painting now for a free same-day estimate. Artwork Painting, keeping Southern Delaware beautiful inside and out.
Coast Country Cares and Spicer Brothers are proud to partner with the Benedictine School for the Chrome City fundraiser to benefit individuals with disabilities. Fire up your street rod, custom car, or motorcycle and take a ride to Benedictine's campus in Ridgely on Sunday, July 30th. Tickets are just $35 and include lunch and an official ride shirt. Entertainment provided and trophies awarded. For registration and rally locations, go to benschool.org. Coast Country Cares, brought to you by Spicer Brothers.
Comes alive. I am tangled up inside. Is it something that you hide?
Delmarva's rock station for 35 years. 93.5 The Beach.
All right, ready for this?
Everyone is invited.
Fill your week with Wheel. It's Sweethearts Week, Veterans Week.
It's Teachers Week.
Fabulous Food Week.
Days packed with fun.
Yeah. Hawaii Week, Teen Week.
Margaritaville.
Restock the margarita bar. Maggie, it's Collage Week.
It's College Week.
It's going to be a big week for everybody.
Weeknights at 7 on WRDE.
The men and women working hard to make sure the games are fair. The unsung heroes of all sports. Thank you to all of the officials on Delmarva. Thank you for your positive impact on young athletes. Your service does not go unnoticed. If you're interested in becoming a sports official on Delmarva, go to delmarvasportsnetwork.com/officials for more information.
It's 6:53 a.m. It's time now for some things you need to know before you go. The Delaware Restaurant Foundation has put together financial assistance for those in need. Money would help people hit by unexpected injury, illness, or those impacted by natural disasters. The Delaware Restaurant Foundation initially created a fund and doled out grant money to workers during the pandemic. This new industry relief fund builds on that. The DRF has raised $300,000 and had already helped hundreds of industry workers.
The West Rehoboth Community Land Trust seeking $5,000 for the upkeep of low-income homes. Neighbors said the property values are getting too expensive and people are being forced out of a neighborhood they've lived in for years. One neighbor did say they've seen crime go down since property values went up. The Land Trust says this money will help maintain windows and sewer lines and affordable housing options that are needed now more than ever.
The proposal of banning gas-powered tools in Rehoboth Beach is staying just that, a proposal. City commissioners could not agree on how to handle the ban, and it will not be moving forward for now. Tools like gas-powered lawnmowers, weed whackers, and leaf blowers would have been banned in a phased approach due to environmental concerns and some noise complaints. The proposal is expected to be discussed by the Environmental Committee next Thursday.
A property next to the BJ's in Millsboro undergoing deforesting to make for development. However, it's in these woods where a colony of over 30 cats have been cared for by community members for the past 4 years. Sanctuary Town Cats, Inc. is working to get the felines trapped and into new homes before construction scares them away or could even kill them. but the organization says they simply need more time to do this.
For the first time in 70 years, the CDC is proposing new restrictions on how dogs are imported into the U.S. The proposal comes after a surge of rabies cases overseas. Dogs from low-risk or rabies-free countries will be allowed to enter if the owner has documents that the animal's been there the past 6 months. But canines from high-risk countries would be required to have a completed rabies vaccination and possibly be placed in quarantine. Well, we talked about Christmas earlier.
Yes.
I'm always in the spirit.
I know.
But let's talk Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving in July?
Maybe. I think the reason why you're doing this is because
Yes.
July 12th, it's National Pecan Pie Day.
Yum! Any excuse to eat pie sounds good to me. Generally considered a Southern specialty, pecan pie is made with ingredients like sweet, sugary syrups, salt, vanilla, and of course, pecans.
Yeah, topped with whipped cream or vanilla ice cream to enjoy all the high-calorie after-dinner dessert has to offer.
Okay, we say it a lot during commercial breaks, but we're hungry now.
I'm starving
We
right
are
now.
so hungry. That didn't help.
Yeah.
All right, 6:56 now. Bob, before you tell us the forecast, what's your favorite pie?
Well, before I tell you my favorite pie is a pecan or pecan. Tomato kind of a thing, right? I like apple pie, warm apple pie with a nice scoop of vanilla ice cream a la mode, pumpkin pie, Thanksgiving. So I like a lot of pies. Let's talk about the weather now. Now that I'm hungry, we're looking at mostly sunny to partly sunny skies today. Not a bad day for a pie. You want a nice cold drink, preferably water, because it will be hot with temperatures warming into the 90s. Here's your Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling forecast. I'm expecting a high around 93. 94 into Thursday. The humidity starts to creep up. I am concerned about some heavy rain with storms on Friday with a high of 90. We'll have to see about a first alert weather day there. So far, we don't have one, but for the weekend, more isolated to scattered storms Saturday and Sunday, low 90s. And if you love 90s, look at this. You have 10 days of them. Into next week, we're looking at low to mid 90s, maybe some storms Tuesday and Wednesday. Stay cool, folks, and find a nice shady spot.
Will do. Thank you, Bob, and thank you for joining us on Coast TV News today.
And the Today Show is coming up next at 7 a.m.
And then don't forget, we'll be back with Coast TV News midday at 11, so stick with us.
And for even more news and coverage you can count on, you can download our Coast TV News and weather apps. Have a great Wednesday morning, everybody.